worked with some other humongous names. You worked with local natives. I saw them in Lollapalooza. They were amazing. You've worked with Kanye. You recorded with Neil Young at Rick Rubin's house. You worked with Ed Sheeran, just filled in at a 3 p.m. slot at Coachella, I saw. Worked with Paul Simon. I'm going to ask one by one because I am curious. We've touched on and by the way, you produced For Whom the Bell Tolls by J. Cole, which I think is one of the more underrated songs and also is a super fiery beat. With Kanye, you did Ultrabright Beam. You've done a lot and collaborated with him. What were those studio sessions like for you?
This is a tough one to answer right now in the current state of things, but I will answer as the person I was in those moments, and they were incredible experiences. I mean, I was sitting 2 feet away from him as he's playing the MPC, like banging out drums, and I just remember having this sort of out of body experience of like hearing every Kanye West song ever in that one moment of him playing the MPC. Um, and yeah, just witnessing a master, like a true freaking masterful ear, masterful swing. Yeah, just fully embodying the spirit of every Kanye West song you've ever heard in 30 seconds. Um, it was truly incredible. Um, there were other sessions that were not as inspired, but he always, even in the small sort of suggestions he would give about songs that we were working on, you could really hear like him and like his music behind it, if that makes sense. Like there was one, I'll share one specific note. Um, the T-Pain vocals on Finish Line that are like, the all my days I pray and pray that I see the finish line. When we were working on that, Ye was like, "Oh, I'll put those vocals first, like right at the top of the song," And I was like instantly like, boom, like everything everywhere all at once moment of just like into the Kanye West ether of just hearing the music that way, interpreted that way. And like, oh yeah, that is what a Kanye West song would sound like, like now that didn't end up happening exactly, but it was the suggestion that was just like so clear, so in tune. And yeah, I felt very grateful to be in those sessions. He's always been such a big Chicago legend, and his music in the hip hop sort of sphere of things has always been very inspiring, musically, like uh, just incorporating a lot of different styles and incorporating jazz and gospel in his music, and that was always very inspiring for me. So, getting to work with him, getting to hear his ideas, getting to play trumpet in front of him, yeah, they were very memorable experiences, and there were some other weird moments too. But in general, I would say overwhelmingly positive. Um, yeah,
What was it like playing trumpet in front of him?
nerve wracking. Yeah, very, very much so. There's other people that I've played in front of where, for whatever reason, it hasn't felt that way. Like other big celebs. Like we played this show in New York, and Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Usher were all sitting like on like a like what is it? One of the balconies, and there was like the lights were in such a way that we could just see them the entire show. It was like damn near shining on them, and that was nerve wracking too. But because it was a whole show, I think it took a lot of the pressure off. But sitting in the studio and playing trumpet, 3 feet away from the guy was definitely nerve wracking, and just wanting to do a good job, wanting to make something cool, um, wanted to contribute something to the room. Uh, yeah, it was okay. I I think it did okay. It ended up making it, but I think Chance was really like a champion of that part making it, because he really always associated, the horns with like establishing part of his sound, I feel like. So if he's gonna be on a Kanye West song, he wants like the full Chance the Rapper experience. So I think he was really championing that part, making it across the table. And yeah, I remember watching that live stream of him at the United Center or whatever, and hearing those horns for the first time. Or maybe it wasn't the United Center. Where was it? Madison Square Garden. Anyways, wherever it was where he debuted that project, and hearing those horns for the first time, and I just lost my mind. It was such a crazy, surreal experience. So yeah, I have a lot of fond memories of times with him. Some weird ones too, but it's all love. That's honestly how I feel. It's all love.
Is it hard to see now, though?
Yes. And that's what makes me having positive experiences with him, kind of hard to talk about now, because it's like I don't know how he was really feeling about me. If he was harboring some sort of hate towards me, or whatever. I don't know. But I had positive experiences with him. I mean, like I said, there were some weird moments too, but wasn't anything like, what we're seeing these days. So, yeah, that does make it hard to talk about, because I don't want to like, I don't know, champion the guy, and he's saying all this crazy stuff about Jewish people specifically, but just yeah, yeah, really hateful stuff. So I definitely don't support that. But I had positive experiences with him. I gotta be honest. Like, he was nice to me. uh yeah, he took my ideas seriously, and looked me in the eye when we talked to each other, and I don't know, we had a good studio rapport. And then yeah, we shared some awkward moments too, but that's just life, that's just being in the studio and being an artist, working with people. There's going to be great moments, and there's going to be some awkward moments too. Just understanding each other's processes and whatever. And obviously, the dynamic of like you're a superstar, you know, producer, artist extraordinaire, and I'm Chance's homie. You know what I mean? I'm I'm Chance's bro who's here. So, but yeah, I don't uh I don't really feel like hate or anything towards him. I I wish him the best, and hope yeah, hope he can stop some of this hate stuff he's talking about. But I guess I wish the best for him. I wish everybody health and love. I don't have any ill will.
I hear what you're saying. I think where we feel similarly, and obviously we have very different lives because you've actually worked with him. As someone who grew up on his music and loves his music, it's just very difficult because I was at those early concerts. I went. Like, I bumped his stuff for as long as I could remember. And when you put someone on that internal pedestal for them to be viewed as heroic in your eyes, and then years later to go down this path of being very hateful and targeting people who shouldn't be targeted. Like, my politics are pretty simple. Like, I'm of the belief that the biggest minority problem in this country is the top 1%. I don't think it's someone who's black, brown, Muslim, Christian, etc. And to see him go after so many marginalized communities, including his own, is just hard, and it just hurts, and it
It's very,
sucks.
and I mean, I guess it should be, clear that I am Jewish. My entire family is Jewish from both sides of my family. And it is very, very hurtful. And it does make me feel a type of way about, you know, being so excited about having music with him that he's worked on, or being in sessions with him, or whatever, having all these like gaga eyed moments, Google eyed moments of like my hero Kanye West making this music, and I'm a part of it, and blah blah blah. But I guess as you get older, it's harder to separate the person from the arts, and it extends beyond just musicians too. I mean, look, it's been tough to lose R. Kelly in my discography of, or my my CD changer or whatever. Um, but yeah, it's harder to sort of look past that. And an analogy I often return to is, when I was a kid, I used to love watching basketball with my dad, and there would be certain basketball players that I would be such a big fan of, and my mom would be like, how can you watch that guy? Like, he just got arrested for like beating his wife or something, And I just remembered feeling like so torn about that, and like, wait a second, but he's just a basketball player. All this guy does all day, every second of of existence is like play basketball, right? But then you realize that these are all just people, and some of them aren't the nicest of people, and have made some really harmful decisions, and it's hard to support them. It's hard to engage that way as you get older, and sort of can't separate the truth anymore, or can't look past the truth as easily. Um, yeah, so it's hurtful, and a big loss, I think, for the music community. Um, for somebody to be, yeah, spewing so much hate, when so much of his music is about love. So, anyways, um, yeah, wish him healing, wish him love and healing.